Hey, it's me, Sai7, and welcome to part 73 of Limbus Company, and today we're going to be checking out the Uptie stories for Warp Heathcliff and La Mancha land Meursault, as well as finishing the Mirror Dungeon achievement so that we can be done with them. I'm sick of it. Sick of it, man. And then, yeah, like Link's saying, you called it. I don't know, would you say you called it, or did you jinx it, that we're getting Hanafuda, Ishmael, and probably Alan, somebody else. We'll talk about that. Dude, my dreams are shattered. I was really holding out hope for no reason other than my own that we would get a Porcubus Ishmael. You know, maybe Porcubus Ryoshi would also be... Oh no, she's already got an ID. Fuck. I don't even know. I don't know who to go to then. Alan Gregor. You know, I thought about that, but you know, it fits him. But at the same time, are they not gonna give him like a butterfly in the future? I don't know. I guess every Freaky Porcubus is my favorite abnormality. The concept is just way too funny. What the hell? Wait, are they not out? Oh, they're there. Jesus, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, I may or may not be getting sick, so... expect a scuffed stream today. Yeah, the event tab. Oops. We need more Meursault. I think 200 is going to be too much. Just a little. Actually, maybe perfect for uptying too. He's really just hiding from all that. Instead of peg leg, he'll have a peg arm. Dude, that was gonna be my joke. What the hell? I guess everybody's probably thinking that, huh? Who should we check out first? Probably Heathcliff, right? Since I still feel bad for him. It's been a minute since he's had an ID. Heard say you get a wig for Halloween? You bought a Miku wig? Oh, nice. Does that mean you're getting the matching outfit and everything too? Then get some kind of hologram projector. Just beam yourself out onto the street. Maybe. Nice. Confirming railway status unobstructed. 5 minutes left until train arrival is announced at the platform. Agents on site, please complete the cleanup ASAP. Your attention, please. 5 minutes left until... Phew. In the last car of a warp train, a few cleanup agents stood facing an unknown fixer who was armed to the teeth with workshop-made gears. An azure-sheened blade, glowing with energy, emerged from the child's elbow and pierced through the fixer's heart. Oh, so that's the view we have? Oh, that's sick. The child let out a pale breath of relief as he deactivated his overcharged gauntlet. That's the gear she's been using, isn't it? It looks workshop made. Don't these cost a fortune, like... child shot an irritated glance at the floor, where a glove made of high-grade material lay. A hand, severed at the wrist, would have been a more appropriate term than a glove. Not that it mattered, the child was more interested in the piece of equipment that clearly was not standard issue, even at first sight. Ooh, Honglu. You can tell from the serial number that it's one of Corp Workshop's top-tier products. I don't know, have we heard of Corp before? That doesn't sound familiar to me. Corp Workshop? Not sure what that is, but you're saying it's fancy stuff, yeah? Now I see why she was so bloody strong. What grade was she again? Let's see, the ID card in her wallet says grade 4. No, it is new? Interesting. Chuffin' hell! That fucking hand there is a grade 4? 10 seconds in name, but millennia in actuality was enough time to turn every passenger aboard the train into rampaging maniacs. Madness, however, comes in different forms. Some passengers long for death, flaying themselves and painting the walls with their own flesh and blood. While others continue to fight back without a moment's respite, even after they have completely fallen into insanity. Blimey, what's that grade 4 been up to all this time? To be giving me this much grief, even with the CCA on. First time I've been pushed like this. Didn't you say the same thing the last time a train was cancelled? Oi, that was when I had to nip out and give the Class 5 lads a hand. How's that the same, huh? Haha, I suppose today wasn't exactly a walk in the park for you. You had to clean up on your own after all. Oh, are these guys just watching? Huh? What's that? Something unusual about her? Whoa, she's accumulated so many penalty points. Probably enough to demote her from her original fixer grade. Oh, she might be like a grade 1 then, huh? Nothing unusual then, just another bloody stowaway. Penalty points check. Contract papers check. She was a grade 2 fixer just a few days back. By heck, no wonder the last was such a handful. Back in W Corp's heyday, the term stowaway referred to freeloaders who would either get on the warp train without tickets or occupy first-class seats using economy-class tickets. Today, however, the meaning of the word has somewhat changed. People used to travel on the warp train only 3 or 4 times a year at most, a luxury easily afforded by wealthy citizens who preferred the first-class seats. But when passengers began to go missing and one accident followed another, demand took a dive. Until people avoided first-class seats like the plague in spite of W Corp's promotion and encouragement. These rich uns are all so tight. Would it kill them to just buy a first-class ticket? So imagine that's because they're scared due to the puppeteer incident that happened in Ruina. Yeah. I don't think the price difference between economy and first class really matters, but the bad rumors are not helping. What doesn't matter? You know what? Never mind. Now that I think about it, them first class seats, one bad word and the business is done for. Not all that surprising, isn't it? Don't you think people might start taking them again in time? Ah, yeah. Our proud slogan, just 10 seconds to anywhere. People used to pay daft money just for a trip that'd be over in a blink. Also, they could brag on about it over a pint. But now, first class is more like a risky investment. Who'd shell out for a ride when you can't even count on getting out in one piece? It'd be more convenient if combat professionals were placed in a special compartment, just like colored fixers. Wonder if the higher-ups have ever considered it. Or reckon they'd have done it if it had ever crossed their minds. Heath defeated a grade 2. We get stronger IDs. You'll have to see just how strong he is. I think I saw a clip on Twitter where someone got his skill 3, up to 80 clash power, so... The price of first-class seats is calculated to yield only the bare minimum profit, substituting for the passengers' emotions and time. With the fall of Lobotomy Corporation, W Corp is desperate to cover their losses. To sustain the operations of its trains and make the time payments owed to T Corp, they seek ever more extreme emotions to harvest. That's why they would rather risk the lives of their cleanup agents than lower the price of first-class seats, or place the passengers in another special compartment. Did you see the Mindex proxies that turned up the other day? Oh no, all of them were dead, set on sitting in economy to do their bloody prescripts. That's so troll. I love it. Then the day before that, a thumb capo fancied a seat just behind first class since his superior was sat up there. Oh, do you mean those corpses with the jaws smashed into bits? Oh, do you think Le Hang was on the train? Haha, now that was far from boring. I actually liked it. What did you know about it? You weren't even called in for support since you're only level 2. Forget it, I'm off. Good luck putting them back together. Can't exactly help out collecting the pieces wearing this armor. Clocking out early today? Aye. Been a while since I clocked out on time, that. Catch you later. Confirming, cleanup agent consents to return the congestion cleaning armor. Oh, that's what CCA means. Okay. Armor disengagement in progress. Oi, be gentle with it. How to get my shoulders swapped for prosthesis? Don't get why these fancy armors so bloody heavy. Congestion cleaning armors, better known as CCAs, are astronomically expensive units of equipment, authorized only for level 4 cleanup agents or above, who demonstrate the highest job performance. Okay. There was a time when CCAs played a larger role in external conflicts such as power struggles between wings and hunting down syndicates in the back streets. Ooh. Very cool. But recently, they're more often used to contain the passengers of warp trains. Hey on, today I'm gonna drop by the pub on the way back and... Congestion detected in car 3 of train PW Tech 24. And grab a pint. Congestion, or congested, is one of the 5 levels of danger warnings issued by W Corp to its cleanup agents. Warp chain is deemed unobstructed when it's running without any issues. If passenger suppression becomes necessary along with the usual cleanup, the status changes to delayed. And then there's congested, which means that rare types of enemies have emerged or passenger resistance has become severe, prompting the dispatch of multiple level 3 and level 4 agents, or a level 4 outfitted with the CCA. Level 5 agents can clear up congestions in no time, but... Confirming, no level 5 cleanup agents are present at the platform. They're usually tied up handling cancelled trains, a grade 1 fixer level threat, and derailed cases, which represent something far more dangerous. Congestion cleaning armor deployment authorized for level 4 agents on site. Hold on a sec. Me? Oh, the armor goes back on, huh? During the announcement, the child gave a quick look of disbelief at the list of cleanup agents available at the platform. You saw Walp IDs on Limbus Company Countdown? Is it legit? Wait, what do you mean on Countdown? Like on their YouTube channel? Hold on. Oh, no. Now we got a little preview. Little teaser for Hanafuda Ishmael. Which I'll talk about that later. And realized that he was the only one available for sortie. That sweet, sweet dream of heading home on time fizzled out with the blaring sound of the warning alarm. Attention all agents. Railway congestion detected. Railway congestion detected. Attention all agents. Nearest level 4 agent, please board the next train immediately and commence a cleanup operations. "125 seconds until next arrival." Huh? You haven't checked out yet? You know, I'm thinking about trying out the new menu at Ham Ham Pang Pang for din- Don't want to go to Ham Ham Pang Pang. Go. What? Quit talking the piss out of me and just go. Fortunately for the child, looks like it's overtime again for him today. Poor Heathcliff. Finally gets a new ID. No forced overtime. Yeah, that is crazy to think that he took down a grade 2 fixer. Now, time for the one I'm really excited for. The Prince of La Mancha Land. Hey user, how are you doing? Hope you're staying warm. It has been so incredibly cold lately. People are getting sick.
퍼레이드의 시작이다. 궁전의 문을 열고 군사를 앞세워 나아가라. 영원토록 이어질 축복의 카니발을 즐겨라.
Almost winter, and the chill in the air is here for us. We got that nip. I can always start feeling it in my, like the tip of my nose. I'm like, ah, fuck. Sometimes I dream. Oh. This seems more like a nightmare. I dream of the burning confessional. Of the kindred's dismembered bodies and the crumbling rides of the amusement park. Bloodfiend Hunter. Die, filthy, disgusting beasts! Look, I brought water. You need water to put out the fire burning your home to the ground, don't you? Too bad, you're too scared to go anywhere near your own salvation. Ha! Raiders yell at the top of their lungs as they trample our land. We want to live too. Oh, family. You have even an inkling of the suffering we'd endure day after day while your kind blissfully frolicked across the La Mancha land? My family protests, their voices trembling with fear. Some beg for their lives, too. Harvest Office. Today is the day I finally reduced this damned place to a pile of ashes. Big sis, rest easy now. I'll get you that proper office building you'd always dreamed of. So that's Gregor. Because remember from his Uptie story, he came to La Mancha Land to get revenge. But my family never survived this dream. Just as they failed to in the waking world. 131 rounds of expeditions. 79 attempts at arson. 21 attempts at hosing us down. 3 volleys of trebuchet strikes. What? 17 total counts of sniper shots and assassination attempts. And 10 all-out battles. What do you mean trebuchet strikes? It's kind of interesting. Huh. 671 kindreds killed. 3,449 blood bags burned. Visions of this dream are as precise as the clarity of my memory. I recall them with the same vividness of that day, recalling the varied ways in which they were killed and the accompanying cries that became their last words. And I do nothing but witness it all from the parade's vanguard. For the first time, the parade comes to a stop, and my vantage point presents me with a vision of a massacre inflamed by mania, which is reminiscent of the crowd of humans who once cheered happily at our parade. So, standing still like a stone, I observed them. Third kindred Maman? What? Who's that? I'm trying to think, what were the actual names of the kindreds in Canto 7? Is Dulcinea? Oh, I don't remember what the barber was. Or the priest. If it's a third kindred, that could be the priest or the barber then. Or wait, could it? Because Gregor also has the priest ID as well. Oh, this is weird. Nicolina's the barber, there you go. Maman is the way Mur called his mom in the novel? Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy. The dream is nearing its end. At this moment, with mere minutes separating this dream and the waking world, Maman always grabs me by my shoulders and calls my name. Wait, he's a fourth kindred? A typo question mark? But I do not answer her, because there is no Meursault in the procession, as that is the rule as written. I follow it. In moments like this, I begin to wonder how I understand so little of my own child. The princess. O noble prince. Have you aught to say, princess? We now stand upon the last vestiges of our kingdom. Those who are green with envy have looted and plundered our land bare. You are the first prince. Its fate now lies solely in your hands. Thus. Are you suggesting that I flee, princess? What other recourse have I to suggest? A royal prince must rightly stand his ground, no matter what is to come. He shall fight to the bitter end. I see. If that is your rule, then I suppose no words, regardless of its speaker, would sway you from here. Allow me to rephrase that, noble prince. Oh, she's gonna order him? You are aware of the rule that this march must never stop, correct? Indeed, for this is the endlessly, eternally blessed carnival. My prince, you are the vanguard of the procession. Should you stop, you will relieve it of its eternity. Thus, I implore you to march on, dear prince. March over the ruins of this kingdom and go forward. Found a new kingdom reborn and rewritten by your hands. You mean... become king, my prince? That is your will, princess. The fairest and the wisest of the kingdom. Then... that was the new rule bestowed upon me. When the request behind a rule is reasonable, I carry it out. No more, no less. Live. I turn away from the lingering whisper of Maman's last words. I feel the pressure of the blood-fiend hierarchy, the very essence of which has infused my blood, intensify a degree higher. Squire, with third kindred, now. Then I wake. Report. We have marched to the halfway point of the economy class section as per your majesty's command. Procession's end is near, and so is the time for your majesty to join it at its rear. As Mammon had commanded me, I fled the Mancha land to build my own kingdom. How many new blood bags have we gained? Total of 6 today and not one more. It related that no more than that is to be made as per your majesty's decree. And, as the time for you to create a new kindred is nigh, I have set aside a few prospective passengers who may receive that honor. Oh wait, now he's a third kindred. What? Oh, it doesn't say in here. I guess that's what this line is. I feel the pressure of the Blood Fiend hierarchy, the very essence of which has infused my blood, intensify a degree higher. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a little more on that. Anything for the kingdom and the family's prosperity. It was rather convenient how the rules perfectly dovetailed with instinct. The moment Mammon ceased to exist, my very instincts alerted to my ascension in the hierarchy. Oh, wait! And with it, a sudden pressure sliced through me, the inescapable responsibility to propagate the family, as I had no children of my own. Oh, so... Indeed, I required a place where propagation of the family was guaranteed, a furtive place that could hide our growth from foreign forces. Oh, so the... someone was right last stream then. Because I remember somebody mentioning that, or maybe like speculating, probably a better word, that kindreds could ascend the hierarchy if those above them died. Wow, they were right. So that means Dawn did become a first kindred? I can't remember. So, did Papa Dawn actually die in Canto 7? Or did P-Corp manage to get to his corpse before he actually passed away? Because yeah, if that's the case, then and he did die, then Dawn would, I guess, be a first kindred. Wow, that's crazy. Making it a most reasonable decision to hide myself within the warp train to escape P-Corp. No other place has so perfectly met the needs of my purpose, and none shall ever again. But please don't kill me. Ah! The square leads me to a room with a passenger who is terrified out of his mind. Terrified as he may be, and despite the considerable amount of time this train must have spent in stasis, there is a spark of life within him, desperately clawing to prolong its existence, and that makes him a prime candidate to join my family. You need not be afraid, for I too was once human. However, considering the city's standards of what constitutes a human and what does not, I still belong in the former category. Therefore, upon adjusting the distinction to before Blood Fiend characteristics become apparent, and after. But to me, the human existence and the princely existence are indistinguishable from one another. Thus, the same shall be true to thee. Wait, what does that even mean? That doesn't make any sense. Do not wait for him to finish his reply and sink my teeth into his jugular. Warm blood, spreads to every corner of my body. Some may say that subjects of the king deserve to be heard, but that would be inefficient. I was given but 2 rules. 1. The march must never end. 2. I must raise my kingdom. And no more. Wow. Dude, we got a lot of Blood Fiend lore. Which is a bit surprising. Yes, he did. P-Corp only collected his corpse. Okay. Meursault is separate from the La Mancha land Blood Fiends. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that. What do we do from... Oh yeah, his is completely separate. Okay, so he's separate from Dawn and all of them. Yeah, and a lot of Meursault lore as well, because his mom showed up. I don't like the idea that she ended up dying, though. In fact, that's some, you know, bad signs for whatever his Kanto is going to be about. Alright, chat, you're not gonna believe this. The only achievement I have left is 2 more floor 5 or higher clears. So we don't even have to do a Mere Dungeon Extreme today, but I'll leave it up to you. If you guys want, I will do one final Mere Dungeon Extreme for the season. Unless there's a really cool ID that comes out, or I end up getting wealth at some point. But we can do a Mere Dungeon Extreme run with Blood Fiends or Warp, and I'll leave it up to you guys. Currently doing Mere Dungeon run. He should have enough shards after this to get the Heath ID. I say he seems pretty crazy. We'll find out. First line in his book is Maman died today, or maybe it was yesterday. So meaning he's got like... So is that like a trauma thing for him? That he doesn't remember? It's either that or he doesn't care, which is worse. So lore is wonderful. You need more. You know, Project Moon's been putting a lot of lore for like the character whose Kanto is up next. Because they did a lot of that in Honglu's Kanto, where they gave a lot to Ryoshu. You know, things like the passive mutilated memory when fighting Lehang. You know, in the like spring cultivation, she got a lot of stuff about what, like how important it is to be kind to children. Like she's got a heart of gold, you know? Poor guy. So L4, that's the highest we have for warp now? Yeah. Probably should have leveled some of them up. Oops.
기차와 같이 달려나가겠소!
유혈적 폭력 사태 발생.
Main plot of Meursault's book is his mother dying.
정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
Had to make sure there's no mind whip. So yeah, there is no surprise there. Just how different his mentality is. He is sad, but he can't express it.
열차 내에 남아 있는 정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
암호 시동 체크.
And you know, from what we gathered for the Arknights event, it does sound like he's distorted in the past, so maybe the reason he doesn't express himself in Limbus, his animation's really cool, is because he's scared of distorting again.
약 4.188% 상승했습니다. 축하드립니다.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
온전히 앉아 있어라. 동강 내주기. 끝났으니까.
매우
Alright, that's
효과적인
cool.
청소입니다.
I really like that animation.
해당 행동의 약 4%의 정리 기여 모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다.
It's not trauma, he's just disinterested about the world and people around him.
단숨에.
Does that mean in the book was he always like that, or after his mom died?
정리를 시작하겠어.
He's judged by how he is.
유혈적 폭력 사태 발생 중. 열차 내에 남아
Really?
있는
Is not being able
정리
to
요원은 신속한 상황
like
종료를
express
위해
emotion that big of a
노력해
deal to people? Guess I've never really thought about that.
눈에 새겨주시.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
Do people judge Meursault not by the crime he did, but for being different than the rest? What the hell? So what I'm mainly gathering is his Kanto is gonna be nuts then, huh? Damn, dude, was that? She's like flying up there.
끝났으니까.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 이 확인. 위험 인물이 다소 위축되었을 것으로 모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 송신합니다.
공간을 뭉갠다.
Sentenced to death not because of his murder.
승객 보건 중.
What? But because he didn't show emotions during his mother's funeral. Isn't that also like a cultural thing? I remember when I was young, I had a Romanian friend, and she lost her, I think her mom when she was young. And I guess they really looked down on like people crying at funerals and stuff. She said that was always really tough on her. Oh, whoops. Or maybe not looked down on, but they viewed it as like inappropriate.
정리를 시작하겠어.
Potions are a weird subject.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 R 확인. 요원 여러분은 상태를 확인하시고.
That's my thing is, I mean, nobody in the city really expresses their emotions healthily. Ignored.
매우 효과적인 청소
So I guess it's a little weird to think that
해당 행동의 약 14%의
that would be
정밀도가 있음을
like a big deal, especially in N Corp.
모범적인
Although
확인했습니다. 인사부서의
N Corp is known for their
성신합니다.
canned
워프 요인사
experiences.
연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
So if he can't like express his emotions, and that can't be
유의미하게 낮출 수 있습니다.
and, like, emotions or like the human experience is so important to N Corp, like the people of N Corp, then okay, I could see why he'd be seen as like a weirdo or like an outcast. Damn, dude, I was already excited for his canto, but that's actually a really cool concept. See how Project Moon tackles it. Oh wait, we needed a Hell's Chicken. Oops. No chicken for me, huh? Some people care way too much about others.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다. 전투에 임하겠습니다.
Yeah, I guess.
승객 무력 확인.
특이성 감지 센서,
I'm trying to
청소
think how to
타입
word
G 확인.
this.
요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
I mean, I feel like it's probably easier to get like a read on people if they like have emotions, right? Because if you are just kind of like a blank page all the time, then
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서
I guess people
자동
like
추천서가
them not
발급되었음을
knowing
안내드립니다.
how you feel
자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
comes across as like kind of scary, right? Because it could be anything.
단숨에
So I kind of get where the other side is coming from.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서의 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
온전히 앉아 있어라.
지금이 기회인 것 같소. 제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
Basically, the Salem trials, the witches were not really witches, they were just different people that either offended the normal people or the church. Isn't there some weird stuff about the Salem witch trials? Like, a lot of those people were... Is it like they're exposed to fungus or something? Like, they were acting kind of weird. I don't remember. That's such a fiasco.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인.
Oh yeah, there's like some kind of delirium that was happening.
확인하시길 권장드립니다. 매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가
I don't know, would you guys say that you're more
판단했습니다.
excited for Ryoshu's Kanto or Meursault's?
암호 시동 체크.
I would say I'm really looking forward to like figuring out the mystery behind Meursault, because he is so different.
끝났으니까.
He does good damage.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
And Ryoshi's Kanto is just gonna be bloody as hell. Yeah, I don't know. The fingers are so interesting, and I feel like they've laid out a lot of groundwork for them. And I mean, we did hear just a little bit about the index hanging out on the warp trains. I know that's our choice to make. So do you think the chances are that Meursault's mom is gonna end up being like a part of the Herman's group? If she's alive.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의
Or Herman actually ends up being his mom. So Gregor and Meursault end up being brothers. What a twist.
공격성 진단 상시에서 비효율적 정리 방식을 감지했습니다. 다른 방식을 조사해 보시는 것을 권장합니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의
No, I feel like having an elbow come out of your, or not having an elbow, Jesus, having a blade come out of your elbow, that's kind of like a hard hit to land. Simon is definitely important in his Kanto. I'm curious how she relates to the grander scheme of things too.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
She ends up being part of the new League of Nine. I don't know, I guess. So, based on what you know about the book, do you think she's gonna be alive for his Kanto, or she's gonna be dead during it? Yeah, we could fail. Okay.
정리를 시작하겠어.
You know, I actually haven't done this fight in a long time. You can see in his center portrait he is wearing a black suit, which means he was called to join Limbus after his mother's burial. Oh, okay. Yeah, poor guy. Wait, so based on the book, he's always been like he is now? So where does the whole distorting thing come into play then? Because that's how I read that like Arknight's lore drop, was that he was kind of like afraid of his emotions because he didn't want to possibly distort again.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 귀 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
Fernand, remove this unit's first stagger threshold once per encounter. That's crazy. Fernand, add 1 rip base CCA overdrive to the list of skills for the next upcoming turn once per turn. Dude, what? I completely forgot to go over his kit, by the way. But his defense skill sounds insane. I mean, yeah, he seems like a tank more than anything.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Wonder if his GF will appear,
승객 무력 확인.
since he was kind of freaky. He's always been like this. Okay. Wait, so now we don't think he's distorted? I feel like I saw that theory kind of popping up a lot more after the Arknights event.
청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
Immobile.
이 정도는 신입들 맡겨. 번쩍함으로 간다.
Oh yeah, overcharge. Become immobilized, take 10 plus charge potency on self plus damage max 25%. Turn start, gain charge barrier based on charge potency on self max 5. Gain aggro. So literally the overcharge effect from Ruina. Good enough.
매우 효과적인
His GF is also important. He most certainly met Carmen, that's for sure.
행동에 약
I remember you guys telling me he has some other line about the sun too. But you know that's Carmen. She just has such a warm smile and voice.
눈을 떼지 마라. 한순간이라도 놓친다면 영원히 방황할 테니.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
Nice. That's gotta hurt.
수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서
Or feel good.
추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다.
Such as acupuncture.
자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
I thought Meursault distorted. You always thought Meursault was hearing Carmen, and because she was too bright, he tried to get rid of her and ended up shooting the prior dude. You know, I can see why he'd be found guilty if that was the case. I was hearing a voice. I was hearing a voice. I'm not crazy. It was there.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Shoot, I wish I remembered exactly what he said in the Arc Knights. I feel like he comments on what the voice sounds like, right?
워프 열차 연사 시스템이
While Mares is talking to it.
있습니다. 죄송합니다.
Boom of you still had the theater. Rest in peace, Arc Knights. Oh, that's what it is. He says that there is more to the sun than its light. Okay. But see, I don't know.
운명 속에 사무친 그의 이름을 걸고 나 여기서 빛을 맹세한다.
But see, that would seem like, yeah, he's talked to Carmen
W사
before.
인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다. 자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more it feels like there could be so many different ways Project Moon takes it, huh? She's fine. That's a lot of head flips for negative 30 sanity.
우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 존재들에게 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 철학의 힘을 보여줄 것을.
Let's see. Should we talk about the Hanafuda ID?
W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가
I remember,
발부되었음을
Link, we were talking about
안내드립니다.
that during
자세한
the,
내용은 서면에
I think it was
적혀
the
있습니다.
Karamari Hospital stream.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
And I do feel like you jinxed it. God, why do you have to go to Ishmael, man? I was really thinking that I was gonna pass out on this Walp but then they gotta give the new Walp PPID to the best character. Man.
유혈적 폭력 사태의 진압 가능성이 50%를 상회했습니다. 승객 일부의 문제를 감지했으나
You think
워프
10K is gonna be
시스템은
enough?
해당 요소가 큰 문제가 아니라고 판단하고 있습니다. 노고에 감사드립니다.
I'm actually so scared.
임하겠습니다.
you think Hanafuda will be? I feel like it's gonna be discard and poise. More poise. I don't know, you know, I would kind of like to see another ID that does like more support things. Like maybe like she's gonna be discard, I think that's a given. But if she was discard and like did some kind of team buff along with it, like depending on what she discards, I think that could be really cool.
당신 그래도 최대한 참고 있었구나.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of the Ruina discarding stuff was, you know, giving buffs out to teammates or themselves. But they gotta make it good enough so people actually want to spend on it.
자, 봤지? 난 믿어주면 배신하지 않아.
I don't know, how is your guys' lunacy looking? I think I might hit 11k
봤지? 난
after this mirror
믿어주면
dungeon run.
배신하지 않아.
차원 파동 장갑 충전 완료.
특이성 감지 센서.
Here's one of the few centers of
청소 타입
the hell are you doing,
Y
Radia? The
위험
fuck?
인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
She must have lost sanity during that event. Oops.
암호 시동 체크.
That's alright, this is one of the cooler ego corrosions.
이 스며들 듯한 비
Big fan of this one.
우산이 새지나는 나무가 있어.
It's just one of the few centers that Walp ID only an ego. Yeah, she got a wing beat. Same goes for Greg. Yeah, I mean, I guess they already did do a solemn moment for Zàng. They probably want to put some variety in there.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 송신합니다.
Who else is missing an ID for Walp PP? I don't think Sinclair has anything, right? She's the puppet.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
충전 기능 점검.
Oh yeah, Philip Sinclair. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Don Claire. Heathcliff's got full stuff.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이
I think
확인됩니다.
everybody's got something now, don't they? But they will after this Walp PP.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
Roddy only has an ego? Oh yeah.
워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
Wait, does she? What was her Walp
승객
PP ego?
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가
I don't think
발급되었음을
Sanguine came out,
안내드립니다.
right?
자세한
That's not
내용은
it.
서면에 적혀 있습니다.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Red shoes? Was that Walp PP? I thought that just came out of nowhere. Is Sanguine? Dude, I don't remember pulling for that at all. That was alongside Wingbeat and Phil Donclair. Did I even stream that? No, I must have. Yeah, I'm like completely spacing on that in that entire event. I think I am getting sick. I did stream that. I must have had really good pulls then. It doesn't haunt my dreams. Had the festival fight, and I actually do not remember. Festival fight? What the hell was it? Dude, it sucks because I actually feel bad if I don't remember.
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다.
It's okay, Grandpa. No, dude, it's sickness, man. Ever since the first time I had COVID, anytime I get sick, it feels like the first thing to go is my memory.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
충전 기능 점검.
Berry Festival.
공간을 뭉갠다.
I remember that. Because I did a solo video with Donclair. Alright, it's coming back to me.
상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
매우 효과적인 청소.
Hey Ro, I just have 2 floor 5 clears to do, and I'm done. But yeah, I guess I should have asked if anybody does need help with achievements, like any tips on how to do anything, please let me know. Either during streams or in the comments afterwards, I'd be more than happy to help.
위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
I think the only one that I might not know how to help with is the imposed weight achievement, because I still don't know how I cleared that.
상황 종료 확률이 약 4.188% 상승했습니다.
Because when I was trying to do it on stream, it wouldn't work. And then I think just randomly during one of my Mirror Dungeon Extreme runs, I got it. So I don't know. No clue. And I should have asked, what achievements do you guys have left?
워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
I know Link is done.
알립니다. 상황이 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 비만에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
What's the hardest achievement to do? Probably 50 adversity.
50%를 상회했습니다. 승객 승객 일부의 문제를 감지했으나 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 요소가
충전 기능
큰 문제가 아니라고 판단하고 있습니다.
I think 50 adversity
감사드립니다.
is pretty damn brutal because you've got to have a premium team for that.
제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비.
I actually don't know if Blood Fiends can even do it. I think it's got to be like Heishao, right? Oh yeah, and Tremor. Tremor can do it too. It's kind of scary how good Tremor is. Almost like out of nowhere.
열차 상태
Yeah,
확인.
Thumbsult really carries that team. Same with a lot of the egos, just have crazy damage to them.
특이성 감지 센서.
You only play for the story now?
Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
I think that's fair. I like doing all the extra stuff though, because it feels like Project Moon is issuing a personal challenge.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
I guess we can see how far Blood Fiends get in 50 adversity.
지킬 게 많거든.
I don't think they have the clashing for it.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
전투에 임하겠습니다. 승객 무력 제압 완료. 승객 보관 준비. 소란이 줄었네요.
Turn from the joke status to being busted in your
지킬 게
dungeon.
많거든.
I think that was all just the result of Thumbsult coming out. They also just have a lot of really good
알립니다.
egos that just do like they're great at clashing and they do a ton of
요원
damage.
여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태
They
진화에
combo well with each
협조하시길
other.
부탁드립니다.
Yeah, they've got a lot of synergy to them.
정확하게.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
Had the PA system saying that the chosen method was commendable as we
승객 무력
caused the alarms to go off.
지킬 게 많거든.
This must not be that big of a deal then, huh?
수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다. 자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리한다.
That other Mirror Dungeon achievement I had getting the 7 crits with all your coins in the very first turn. Not that tough. It's just stack all the different Poise Ego gifts and then use like 1 coin skills on the first turn.
요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태 진화에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Has there ever been like a decent team, like a rental team that could do the 50 adversity? Or can you even do that? I know some of the achievements don't count if you use rental teams.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리는 마음.
왕국의 주인 앞에 예를 갖춰라. 반역의 죄는 처형이 마땅하리라.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
모조리 죽여서 조용히 만드는 거야.
Is he okay?
암호 시동 체크.
아무것도 남지 마라.
열차 내 정리 요원에게 안내 말씀드립니다. 현재 특정
This
객실에서
fight's always a
사태가 발생했습니다.
grind.
신속한 처치를 부탁드립니다.
Oh, he's actually fast enough for getting hit in. Crazy.
진정한 왕으로 군림하는 것이다.
유혈적 폭력 사태 발생 중. 열차 내에 남아있는 정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
Oh yeah, and then the only other achievement I won't have is the stupid wealth one. You know, I don't think in my last, I almost want to say like 10 Mirror Dungeon runs that I've even seen the event. It's like ever since the Arknights event, it hasn't popped up for me.
충전 기능 점검. 단숨에 정리.
아무것도 남지 마라.
Nice. 4 coin skill 3. Dude, that's a whole 10 lunacy I'm missing out on. That could be the difference between getting Hanafuda to Ishmael and not. actually tragic. So remember when I was keeping a tally and then I just got sad. I was like, I should not do this anymore. 47 clashing, holy. Floors is even, four or five. Very impressive. You want to get it again? Does your greed know no bounds? Again? What is it that Greta says in Ruina? She has that line where she's like, everybody wants like 3 square meals a day, but what if I want 4? Then that means somebody else only gets 2? That's you right now. That's you. You're taking my wealth. Again? Oh my gosh. That's gluttony. You don't want to get it in a bad run. It'd feel like a waste. I wonder if it could make like the worst team actually do well though. Okay, your greed knows no bounds. Dude, if you actually got it again before I got it one time, I think I'd blame you. It's your fault that I can't have the wealth. Ooh, got the hat. No dagger though. Well, that was floor 4. Hey dude, Heathcliff can clash. That's crazy. Small price to pay for your run. Hey, I need that 10 lunacy.
열차 상태 확인.
I really hope Project Moon actually keeps track of the stats for who all gets that, and at some point in time they release them. Man, that'd be so cool. They're like, yeah, only like 1,000 players have gotten Walp. Lamau.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사비서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
Not only do you have to find the event, you have a 1% chance of actually completing it.
매우 효과적인 탐색입니다. 워크 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동에 약
That's crazy odds.
정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
You need your bragging rights. More so than I need 10 lunacy?
청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
내가 눈에 새겨줄.
W Heath, you defeated Great to fix her loss to sloshing. Hey, the armor might be a little too heavy. What?
요원 여러분의 제압으로 성공적 상황 종료 확률이 약 4.188% 상승했습니다.
Why'd he hit his own guy? Wait, actually, what just happened? Oh, maddened. Okay. I was looking at the wrong one. Targets indiscriminately. See, I've got to double check when things like that happen now, because I'm pretty sure my computer is cursed. Hey, dude, Link, you know, there was a guy who does a lot of spooky videos who watched my Karamari Hospital playthrough, and he said that that sword bug, he said it doesn't happen often, but when it does, all you have to do is restart. So I asked him, I was like, well, it happened twice to me, so what in the fuck? Never replied back. I think you know him. He's got a video that's got over like 1 million views. It's the one I watched for all the different death animations. Yeah, he's like the guy. So that was pretty cool. But dude, that, I don't know, you know, my computer has been acting up since then, and I don't wonder if it actually is a Bitcoin miner. I don't know, man. Watching some videos after the stream. He's got a whole bunch of spooky stuff. That's like his whole channel. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. But also kind of like a little jarring almost. I never expect my small mom and pop YouTube channel to gain any attention. To be a little hole in the wall. Especially not for like niche set of games that I like never touch. Oh, and I did end up watching a lore video for Spookies as well. Getting famous? Don't say that. That actually scares the hell out of me. Have you seen the type of people that like famous YouTubers become? I almost don't wonder if like, yeah, like the fame's gotta go to people's heads, right? They just become shitty people. Like, would you call that like an occupational hazard? That's actually really funny to think about. Like, you know, construction job, occupational hazard, something might get dropped on your head. You're probably gonna get hit in the head at some point, right? YouTuber, your head actually gets too big for your body.
효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 여성적인체는 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
지금이 기회인 것 같소.
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을
I don't know, maybe I should
안내드립니다.
test that.
자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있는
Actually try to get big on YouTube and see if my head fucking explodes.
공간 내주기. 끝났으니까.
지키겠다. 소란이 줄었네.
You know, like another weird thing about doing YouTube is sometimes it makes me a little worried to talk about like Project Moon in real life, because I'm like, oh fuck, what if these guys actually like look this up and find my channel and like recognize my voice? That's pretty scary.
지금이 기회인 것 같소. 다음은 어디요?
It makes people stop caring about others. I think it also makes people like lose their sense of shame too. I feel like I've been noticing that a lot more. But that might just be the world at large too.
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다.
전투에
자세한
임하겠습니다.
내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
Humble people don't seek out fame, hence you don't see many famous humble people. I don't know if you can really like fall into positions like that. Well, no.
다음은 어디요?
Yeah, there are probably some niche cases.
열차 상태
I think I've probably read one or two stories where that happened.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이
앞을 막을 자는
증가했는지
없어!
확인하시길 권장드립니다.
Okay. Heathcliff, what are we doing, man? You might just find me IRL. Oh no. Don't do that. You know, I do wonder how often that happens though.
타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
Like, would I end up getting blackmailed?
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
I don't know. I don't imagine the people I know in real life would really care. They'd probably just watch a couple videos and be like, wow, you're a fucking weirdo. This is what you do in your off time? You read visual novels.
암호 시동 체크.
But you know, I'm finding that a lot of people hate visual novels. Like, it's so out. I actually had to explain what a visual novel is to somebody. To a normie.
신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
정확하게.
Yeah, I don't remember how it got brought up. But we started talking about video games, and she's like, oh, you know, I like to play a lot of like simulation stuff, right? And then she's like, Skyrim, like, of course, you know, Skyrim's a classic. I think that's a really solid starting game, honestly. And I'm like, oh, you know, I like to play visual novels, and she just fucking dead stare at me. Had to explain it. She's like, oh, so it's like a book. I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's some gameplay to it, I guess, but yeah, it's basically a book. And she just thought it was the weirdest thing. She's like, how is that a game? How can a book be a game?
알립니다. 상황이 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태 진화에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
Yeah, I probably should have explained it. And like being like, well, you know how movies are made, right? Like they start out on paper. As it's kind of like that. Oh, that reminds me. When is the new Wuthering Heights movie supposed to come out? Oh yeah, they're doing the Valentine's release. Dude, how... Have you guys seen the trailer for that? It looks so toned up. It's got Margot Robbie in it. Oh geez, that's what Edgar Linton. I'm probably gonna end up watching it just so I can say that Limbus did it better. Cause yeah, the trailers look insane for it.
알고 침식도 양호 아마도
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked with that. I've seen that sentiment quite a lot though. The Limbus company did a lot better job with the book than any movie has ever done. 방금 청소를 수행한 훌륭한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다. 자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
일부 위험 요소가 추출된 것을 감지했습니다. 정리 요원들의 노고에 감사드립니다.
영광 내주지.
모범적인
Damn, he
청소
hurts.
방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 승진합니다.
As far as this Heath ID seems pretty solid, but I don't really think you want to do his whole overcharge gimmick. I don't think it's worth wasting 2 turns for. The turn where you guard and then the following turn where he's immobilized.
특이성 감지 센서.
Unless you're in like a really specific
확인.
fight.
위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
Or you actually want him to tank some.
암호 시동 체크.
For dungeon, it's really difficult to do since it needs to be at less than 15 charge. Yeah. And even then, I don't really think wasting turns like that is very efficient. That's not bad.
예전보다 많이
His animations are
나아진 것
really
같다. 나도
satisfying for
그러고
sure.
보니까 그 환상체 이제 가오를 내려준 아이가 없어졌지. 다시
Alright, let's see where I am for
관리를
lunacy.
맡겨주실게.
Oh, I'm actually at 12.5. Well, that's a lot better than I thought. Okay. Phrases, you are too feeble to join the blank. There's not a soul up air that thinks blank is worth the brass. Family first class. Should I do a Mere Dungeon Extreme? Or just a normal floor 4 or floor 5 run? Maybe just do floor 5, you know? Because I pseudo get the feeling that there's going to be some kind of ID that comes out where I'll actually want to do an extreme run. I don't want to burn myself out, you know? I do think has happened to me a little bit. I feel like just a little burnt out with the Mere Dungeon.
라만 차렌들을 뒤엎는다.
You're already doing it floor 8? Hell yeah. What team are you running?
유혈적 폭력 사태 발생 중. 열차 내에 남아있는 정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
퍼레이드와 힘을
W Corp? Oh, so does that mean you only did the Blood Fiends last week then?
감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
나선 속을 벗어날 수 없.
You know, I might need to check Mercedes' voice lines and stuff to see if he says anything else about Blood Fiends. He did a Blood Fiend run yesterday.
50%를 상회했습니다.
What the hell?
승객 일부의 문제를 감지했으나 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 요소가
How do you do so many?
판단하고 있습니다. 노고에 감사드립니다. 매우 효과적인 다수의 위험 인물이 제거되었음을 감지했습니다. 효율적인 청소였으나 전자기기나 좌석이 망가지지 않았는지 살펴봐주 모범적인
Oh, what? Already built?
확인했습니다.
Oh, that seemed fast. Because it's fun? Okay, that's fair. They're trying to hoard boxes up.
카니발 타임.
No, I was kind of wondering because, like, if you're trying to do so many for like bragging rights, because it shows on the banner how many runs you've done in a season. I actually don't know what I'm up to. At least 50.
약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
나선 속을 벗어날 수는 없다.
It also seems like Meursault builds up his hard blood armor really fast. And you only need the 5 to activate his enhanced skill 3. Dude, he seems cracked, like already.
떨거지면 잘라낸다.
And I remember from last week, if he actually... Okay, that was a... Dude, he strikes a pose with that. Holy shit. Yeah, from last week, if he actually gets kills with that, then he builds up Blood Feast faster too. This is a good ID.
카니발 타임.
열차 내 정리 요원에게 안내 말씀드립니다. 현재 특정 객실에서 소요 사태가 발생했습니다. 신속한 처치를 부탁드립니다.
But you know, I have bad news. I think I might have found another gacha that looks interesting. Interesting enough to, maybe not stream, but make videos on too. It's called the Chaos Zone Nightmare. And the way it is described to me is that it's like Darkest Dungeon meets a deck building gacha. And I love all of those things. And I don't know if it sounds like too good to be true, you know? Is that gacha you're thinking about playing? The only thing I'm a little worried about is I don't know if it's like if if it's too heavy on the fan service. I think that's why I get very hesitant to stream any gachas that I play, like Zenless or Wuthering. But I will say, I do kind of regret not streaming Wuthering because holy shit, the last story segment they had was anime as hell.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입
So
Y
good.
확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
Think about playing, but gave up.
열차 내에 남아 있는 정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를
Like you
위해
saw something you didn't like about it, or I don't know. I really feel like gacha games are kind of addicting to get into. Like a little, maybe too much. It kind of scares me.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
Just didn't feel like it. It is a commitment.
다수의 위험 인물이 제거되었음을 확인됩니다. 효율적인 청소였으나 주변 전자기기나 좌석이 망가지지 않았는지 살펴봐 주시길 요청드립니다. 모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
I don't know, the idea of a deck building game does sound really fun, though. I don't think that's a scratch that's been itched since Ruina.
청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지
That's been years ago.
권장드립니다. 매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
나선 속을 벗어날 수는 없다. 이번엔 나도
Try to like them, but you give up easily.
그대로 꿰어소리라.
What, like gacha games in general?
투성이가 되어.
When you play Arc Knights and Limbus, I don't know, Limbus really kind of feels like it's different enough than the other gachas I've tried out. Some gated resources always make you quit games. Yeah, I think the whole like daily systems feels very predatory. But at the same time, you do kind of get in what you put into the games too. So I don't know. It's very convoluted. Oh, nice.
왕의 행진이다.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입
I remember at the beginning when Limbus was first announced and when it came out, I was very worried about it being a gacha, but you know, it hasn't been that bad. Other than like two very unfortunate incidents that didn't need to happen. Not that bad.
죄인인가?
찾았나?
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
행진의 꽃, 이것이 성공의 피날레다.
워프 열차
Damn, his
연산
animations are
시스템이
cool.
정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다. 특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가
Oh, I don't think I
높아짐을
noticed this last time. They got little spikes coming out of them now. That's the Mancha parade. They take bonus damage when people hit them. Nice. Oh, it's even got like a little effect where the spikes shoot out of the ground. Oh, cool.
기원을 갖추는 제대로 무너져.
행진의 꽃, 이것이 성공의 피날레다. 나는 가족이 되게 약한 어머니 잠들어.
They're playing Arknights and Nikki alongside Limbus. Can't really play more gachas. Yeah, there's only so much free time for them, huh? You know, I wonder what the turnover rate for gachas is. Imagine, since they probably have a pretty bad, it's probably pretty bad. Since they're free at the start, everybody tries them. And then they probably fall off like within a week.
수월하게 퍼레이드를 벌이겠군.
눈 멀지 않게 조심하도록.
Unless the story really hooks you. But you know, I'd say Limbus actually has a really good hook at the beginning.
위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
I do wonder how, like, the prologue in chapter 1 is really good in Limbus,
매우 효과적인 청소입니다.
but I imagine chapter 2 might be a bit of a turn off.
약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
But also kind of funny? I don't know.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이
And I did look
확인됩니다.
more into trying to play Arknights on PC. And yeah, I think downloading an emulator for that sounds a little sketchy. Especially with how my computer's been behaving lately.
해당 요원에 대한 평가를 상신합니다. 다수의 위험 인물이 제거되었음을 감지했습니다. 효율적인 청소였으나 주변 전자기기나 좌석이 망가지지 않았는지 살펴봐 주시길 요청드립니다.
Release PC port soon, you think? Will they? When I was looking it up, I saw that they're in the middle of making like a whole new game.
자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
Oh, he's got blood around him? Dude, what? They did so much for Meursault.
퍼레이드와 피날레.
위험을 갖춘 그대로 무너졌다.
They announced it last year.
왕의 뷰. 하사.
Let's see a PC port. I'll definitely reconsider again.
따스한 피. 너는 가족이 되게 약하군.
다류산 토성일 80.
I don't know, what do you think is too many gachas to play? Gonna have to start like
저들은
time slotting my free time. Alright, I gotta do these dailies.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
퍼레이드와 피날레.
They announced it last year. Also Enfield. Yeah, that's the one that I saw that they're in the middle of making, because they had a demo that released for consoles.
고려해 보시는 것을 권장합니다.
And it looked like a slower-paced version of Wuwa.
일부 위험 요소가 추출된 것을 감지했습니다. 정기 요원들의 노고에 감사드립니다.
And I am a very big fan of hack and slash.
이것이 소목의 피날레다. 왕의 뷰를.
You know, it's a little weird. I feel like hack and slash as a genre has kind of fallen off. Like, it was really popular, like, back when I was a kid, but you don't see them that much anymore.
엎드리도록.
Like, there's not a lot of hype around them. You know, Ninja Gaiden 4 came out, and I've only seen, like, nobody talk about it.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
Copies a skill that hits this unit. Ah, yes. I want to see it use Ascendant Sancho Hardblood. Funny that you mentioned Enfield. We'll have a stream for Enfield on the 31st. Oh, he's actually doing it. Hey, you know what? That was very effective. Ascendant, what is it? Ascendant Hardblood Art Sancho?
해당 행동에 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
Beat the hell out of her.
터졌나?
영원히 잠들어라.
귀가 튀고.
Damn, dude. Well, now I don't know. I was thinking about watching like a lore video for Arc Knights, and then just maybe playing Enfield when it released, but
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
because it does sound like Arc Knights has a lot going for it story-wise.
따스한 피. 눈높이를 낮춰라.
추잡하네.
If you're to watch everything about Arc Knights, it'd take a month. Oh, I have the time. It's getting cold. And you know what? You and I've resorted to watching. I started watching Nurse Jackie. and it's not great. So I kind of do need something to watch. Or I guess I could do YouTube stuff too.
다류산 토평열 80 갈라지도록. 기대해라. 실밥이 터졌나?
워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
Some side content is longer than the Bible. I mean, I've read the Bible. Really, Meursault? I did not give it any commands. This is what you get.
더 맛보고 싶지 않지만 이 또한 인내하지.
Duked my sanity. Also read all the Divine Comedy.
정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
I needed like a Spark Notes type thing to do that.
열차 내 정리 요원에게 안내 말씀드립니다. 현재 특정 객실에서
Was it
소요
14th
사태가
century?
발생했습니다. 신속한 처치를
It's not
부탁드립니다.
Italian. It's like starts with an F. Foreign something. Impossible to understand it sometimes.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
The oldest fanfic. You know, really, it is. Dante Alighieri was such a character, man. Because you know, when he wrote it, I think he was he had like just been exiled, and so he was pissed off at a bunch of people, and so he wrote them as being, you know, in hell for things. Like, I think at one point, is it like his teacher? He had a teacher that he didn't like, and he wrote them as being in hell. Which that's pretty petty. What else? Various like popes and stuff that he didn't agree with. Because they were really bad about greed back in the day.
위험 인물이 다소 위축되었을 것으로 판단됩니다.
퍼레이드와 피날레 행진의 꽃 이것이 소목의 피날레다.
You know, sometimes I think, what would the real Dante Alighieri think about all of the other fanfics of his fanfic? Like, what would he think of Hell Maiden, for instance? He's like, you turned me into a girl? Nice. You turned me... You gave me a clock for a head with fire. What the hell? I also have the ability to turn back time and bring people back from death. Nice. Oh, you already fought him. They don't have lines. So we don't need to do that. You bet he'd like it.
라만차랜드를 뒤엎는다.
It's very funny. You know, I will say, like, the Divine Comedy is just a really good piece of literature. But I don't really get the sense that he wrote it to be
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없다.
like such a big thing, you know? But I guess back then you probably wouldn't ever think that it reached this size of popularity.
기가 튀기.
I don't know, or maybe he did. It's actually kind of hard to tell with him, with what we know about him.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
He put all the pagans he likes in limbo, yep.
고귀하게.
I think he did some funny stuff with like Greek mythology too. I think there's a little bit of that in Paradiso
특이성 감지 센서
and in
청소타입 주의
Inferno.
확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 송신합니다.
하사한다.
For those who create things that transcend time. I feel like I wouldn't want to do that.
왕의 비율을 하사한다.
It's a scary prospect.
W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다. 자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
I think there are YouTube channels that are gonna transcend time like that. Like 200 years from now, people are gonna be watching Mr. Beast videos. If people are gonna be freaking out, they're gonna be like, what do you mean you put someone in a house and then set it on fire and told them to get as much money out as they could? What the hell?
청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다.
That guy's fucking insane.
서면에 적혀 있습니다.
순 없다. 진직형. 아류탄초 경연 조치.
You know what? I could actually see that being the case, though.
따스한 피. 너는
시선에
가족이
눈이
되게
멀지 않도록.
약하군.
Oh, whoops. Alright, you got this. And Sinclair failed.
안 될 줄 알았는데.
카니발 타임.
특이성 감지
Look at
센서,
gnomes.
청소 타입 Y
I
확인.
love these
위험
guys.
인물의 활동성을 가능성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
You know, this year during Christmas, I'm gonna try playing this Limbus OST and see what people think about it.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입.
Can already see it now. I'm gonna get some
요원
looks.
여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없.
행진의 꽃. 이것이 소국의 피날레다.
매우 효과적인 상품입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다. 모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
기가 튀기.
You know, I'm starting to think these Blood Fiends are kind of divas with the pose they put on after their attacks.
방금 청소를 수행한 요원께 W사 인재관리 부서에서 자동 승진 추천서가 발부되었음을 안내드립니다. 자세한 내용은 서면에 적혀 있습니다.
Honestly, full W Corp run is really fun. Feels stronger than your old team with W Corp plus multi-craft, Art Corp, and Queen Dawn. I mean, can they actually clash though? I don't imagine like W Corp Honglu or Faust could really clash, like at all.
가능성이 50%를 상회했습니다. 승객 일부의 문제를 감지했으나 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 요소가 큰 문제가 아니라고 판단하고 있습니다. 누구의 판단이
왕의 피를 가족이 되기엔 약하군.
They're winning with their skill 1 rolling 30 plus? What the hell? Can only imagine how either skill 3s are rolling then. That's crazy. $244. Alright, that's not bleed at all. That's happened twice now. Exactly what we needed. Missing the flower.
라만 차량들을 뒤엎는다.
No W saying also W Mur is doing some insane damage. What?
폭력 사태 발생 중. 열차 내에 남아 있는 정리 요원은
I don't even know the last time I ran that ID. I think probably doing some cheese strats with Rupture.
죄인인가?
Although usually he's better on bench as a Rupture ID.
꿰뚫려라.
So I think he adds to potency.
행진의 꽃 이것이 소목의 피날레다.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다. 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 행동에
There's been a lot of takes to level the old WIDs
판단했습니다.
since they were all at level 20. I think mine are at like 30. I mean, there's never really been a reason to.
죄인인가?
Like, I don't even think when Warp Meursault first came out, there's any reason to run him.
일부 위험 요소가 추출된 것을 감지했습니다. 정리 요원들의 노고에 감사드립니다.
Like, I'm trying to think, Warp Meursault, he existed on launch, if I remember correctly.
위험 인물이 다소 위축되었을 것으로 판단됩니다.
나선 속을 벗어날 수 없어.
Cut his eye out.
갈라지도록. 시선, 경멸성.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
기도해라.
Did he lose rolling 60s with his skill 3? Damn, dude, they actually brought Warp back, huh? You know, from the Uptie story, it sounds like the Warp IDs can go up to level 5. Holding out hope for Ishmael. Let's go beat up Cassetti. Can't resist. You know, I like all the memes since they added the voice lines and stuff in of him saying curses, people making fun of that.
이런 건 이발사나 신부에게 시켜.
왕의 행진이다.
We get it, Cassetti. It hurts.
열차 내 정리 요원에게 안내 말씀드립니다. 현재 특정 객실에서 소요 사태가 발생했습니다.
퍼레이드와
신속한 처치를 부탁드립니다.
행진의 꽃 이것이 소목의 피날레다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
복잡하네.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
What the hell happened to Gregor? What? This Andy's just gone. Okay.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
He's just over it. Oh, it'd be from the Toad. Toad fight. Kimura has been a notorious bad ID since launch, yeah. Oh yeah, some of his coins are only like +1, aren't they?
진입을 감지했습니다. 적절한 대처를 취하거나 열차 밖으로 축출하여 청소를 방해하지 않게 하시길 권장드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
Yeah, what a goofy ID.
경을 온 라샹.
Not so pathetic, it's laughable. Yeah, he did not have a fun time being trapped in La Mancha land for 200 years.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
Unlike Meursault.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
He had a hell of a time.
주의! 해당
경외감
정리
속에
방식은
숨어.
사태가 청소될 가능성을 유의미하게 낮출 수 있습니다.
기도해라. 구원을 가지. 그대로 무너져라.
다수의 위험 인물이 제거되었음을 감지했습니다. 효율적인 청소였으나 주변 전자기기나 좌석이 망가지지 않았는지 살펴봐 주시길 요청드립니다.
Yeah, he doesn't really consume a lot of Blood Feast either. He's just a really solid ID. That's crazy.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
Skill 2 rolls a 14 with conditionals. I'm surprised it even goes that high, honestly. His skill 3 is a 17.
행진의 꽃, 이것이 성공의 피날레다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
아류산 포탄율 80. 갈라지도록.
He's pretty up there for one of the worst IDs. I'm not sure who holds that title now. Maybe like Sloshing Ishmael?
상황이 통제될 가능성이
Well, actually, no. She has some, like her skill 3 can actually clash.
빠른 사태
We can't clash at
진화에
all.
부탁드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
Maybe like Zweiradia? I don't remember her being good at like anything. Honestly, her kit's a little bizarre. She's also got that before team ID as well that's pretty clunky. The good thing about the before team ID though is it has like a semi-decent bench passive that gives you bonus damage when attacking, what is it, a character that's used a defense skill? And that is good for bosses.
라만차랜드를 뒤엎는다.
She's only get 33 without any ego thanks to the new W fusion.
청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
퍼레이드와 피날레.
Yeah, that's a good boost.
행진의 꽃,
I'm glad to see that some of the older ideas get stronger thanks to ego gifts and stuff.
왕의 비호를
Especially since it doesn't seem like tier 5s are ever going to be a thing.
이번엔 니인가?
I think the director mentioned that
거들지.
he doesn't want to do that.
그대로 메우솔이라.
I just let the new IDs be the power creep.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
You see either Zo ID or 4 team ID, no counting base IDs. Is it though? Base audio is better because it's unconditional. Wasn't her whole thing that she gains poise based on like gaining defense or some shit? Like I don't know.
아닙니다. 상황이 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태 진화에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
꿰뚫어.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. She gains shield based on poise. I thought she had some weird stuff with defense level mixed in there too.
해당 요원에 대한 평가를 추진합니다.
엎드리도록 그대로 무너져라.
I have to check. Like I said, I don't think I've ever ran her. Honestly, there's like a weird point in time where some of the IDs that were coming out felt like they were more for like their Uptie story than an actual ID that you'd want to use. You know, the way things have been going, it kind of seems like at some point in the future there's gonna be some ego gift that comes out that's gonna make like all the Zwei IDs really strong in Mirror Dungeon.
왕의 비호를
다류탄 축형을 느껴라.
투성이가 되어
따스한 피 눈높이를 낮춰라.
You're counting base IDs, by the way?
피나르를 시작하자.
No, I mean, at least they have lore reasons for being bad. Or being like bad-ish. Some of them are decent, like Ryoshu. And Otis. Otis is surprisingly good too.
오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
Because the base charge is better because it's unconditional, and say Ish is better to be on. Oh, is better to be on the field for most of the stuff. She gains a shield based on poise, but she gains almost no poise. Wonder what like the room was like when they were coming up with her kit.
고귀하게.
Like, I'm trying to think if poise was even an issue back then.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
No, early day Limbus wasn't such a weird. It's just weird. I don't know. Like more thought was going into the actual story than IDs and stuff. But yeah, I'm all for that.
물러나라.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 성신합니다.
We're gaining another mentor ID for the Zwei.
특이성 감지 센서 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
가족을 위해
Wouldn't put it past them.
꿰뚫려라.
But man, when we start getting like Zwei excavators and stuff. Oh wait, those aren't Zwei, are they? I don't know, just the. Well, shoot, now I don't remember.
행진했고 이것이 소국의 피날레다.
No, they weren't Zwei. They just look like the excavators from X-Corp.
이것이 소국의
Just knights with giant pickaxes.
왕의
Close enough to being Zwei. X-Corp, yeah, it's mixing them up.
알립니다. 상황의 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태 진화에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
그쪽도 죄인가?
I was thinking about big knights. And my mind wandered. Oops.
따스한
Really, Limbus is a mystery. I think they really didn't want to lean into the gacha stuff.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
선물이라고 할 건 없고. 자, 이걸로 대신하지.
That's what you get.
알립니다. 상황의 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어 빠른 사태 진화에 협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
고귀하게
다류산 표평일 80. 갈라지도록
But does Meursault not even need Blood Feast for his enhanced skill 3?
엎드리도록.
Hold on.
피날레를 시작하자. 최적화네.
행진했고 너는 가스한 피. 스며드는 너는 가족이 되기엔 약하군.
Man, W. Heath just dealt 20k damage and people say he's bad? Were people actually saying he's bad? He seems pretty decent. I think the only thing that seems kind of off about him is using his defensive skill. Like I said earlier, I think anything that leans into inefficiency in the game, I tend to turn away from. Or just think that's not very good or worth the time. I never got that tier 2. Burp. Ew. Bloody flesh, fleshy blood. They are saying that doesn't have damage conditionals. I mean, he still hits really hard. All you need to do with W Corp IDs in general is just use their skill 3 with the right charge count.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 Y 확인. 위험 인물의 활동성이 증가했는지 확인하시길 권장드립니다.
Just don't even think about it. Build charge, use charge.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
따스한 피.
Just turn your brain off and turn your toaster on. That's the W Corp motto.
특이성 감지 센서, 청소 타입 G 확인. 요원 여러분의 활력 징후가 높아짐이 확인됩니다.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
He didn't even get to do the thing.
벗어날 수 있다고 생각했나? 실밥이 터졌나?
알립니다. 상황의 통제될 가능성이 지속적으로 상승하고 있습니다. 요원 여러분들은 분투하시어
Let's get these passives going.
협조하시길 부탁드립니다.
꿰뚫어 퍼지리.
People complain when the ID doesn't have a 300% more damage conditional anyways. Not everyone needs to be overpowered.
끝을 낼 시간이.
Yeah, there's just the vocal minority of people. As with everything. Does that mean, were people complaining about She-Faust? I think she was a lot worse. I think she's a very, very awkward ID. One where you have to choose a playstyle with her a lot.
주의. 해당 정리 방식은 사태가 청소될 가능성을 유의미하게 낮출 수 있습니다. 유혈적 공격 사태 발생 중. 열차 내에 남아있는 정리 요원은 신속한 상황 종료를 위해
우월해지는 것인데.
Damn, dude, I need to start reading more. choose new potential woman.
알레다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
Cause she's too inefficient.
모자란 피를 채우자고.
'Cause I think when I was using her, the best idea that I had was turning someone into a pincushion, so getting 2 arrows lodged in them for the too fragile. But that takes 4 turns.
경외감 속에 숨어.
Which I mean, it is good for really long fights.
유혈적
For sure.
폭력의 진압 가능성이 50%를 상회했습니다. 승객 일부의 문제를 감지했으나 워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 요소가 큰 문제가 아니라고 판단하고 있습니다. 노고에 감사드립니다.
Another way that I looked at it was, what's the fun factor? I think she's a very fun ID to play.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
따스한 피. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
기가 튀고.
생장.
모범적인 청소 방식을 옮기셨습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를
Also, her ID gave me kind of a scary thought too. Because what if we have an enemy in the future who has the same kind of defensive mechanic where they can turn their
청소 타입 Y 확인.
their guard skill into an evade?
하시길 권장드립니다.
목줄이 죽여서 조용히 만드는 거야.
That's gonna be scary. Just offset it. Alright, but then they also get rid of the whole offsetting mechanic too. But just for that fight. They specifically give the skill cannot be offset.
왕의 비호를 하사한다.
Dude, spikes from the ground. This is awesome.
무엇이라 생각하시오?
I really like this idea. So many cool effects. It just really gets the job done.
열차 내 정리 요원에게 안내 말씀드립니다. 현재 특정 객실에서 소요 사태가 발생했습니다. 신속한 처치를 부탁드립니다.
따스한 피.
Wait, is he not saying curses as much anymore? did they nerf his curses? I feel like he has not been saying it at all. Oh, they did, didn't they? No, the memes. Oh, they really did. Aw. Man, he just can't have nothing. No parade. No family. Not a damn thing.
신속한 상황 종료를 위해 노력해 주십시오.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없.
No, they fix his curses only once per turn. That's funny. Did they not Q8 test that?
적절한 대처를 취하거나 열차 밖으로 추출하여 청소를 방해하지 않게 하시길 권장드립니다.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Once a turn.
아름다운
Man.
춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그러니 네 발목을 잘라버리면
경외감 속에 숨어게. 진득경. 산초력형을 오나 라샹.
Yeah, I feel like they did not do any QA testing with that. I can't imagine you're like beating the hell out of them. Like, nah, this is great. I love it.
행진의 꽃, 이것이 소목의 피날레다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다. 피는
공격성 진단 장치에서
Him and testing, those two words don't go together in the same sentence. I could have swore they had some statement about doing better at testing things. But I mean, I don't actually care. I just think it's really funny. In fact, I kind of prefer it like this. I don't know if that's just like a weird trait that I have, but I really like when things are just scuffed beyond belief. I think it's so funny. In like every context, it does not matter.
행진의 꽃, 이것이 소목의 피날레다.
Well, you know, with the exception of if it's a really
하사한다.
long and difficult fight in a game and it scuffs at the very end, I think in that moment I would be bothered, but I would laugh at it afterwards.
엎드리도록.
선물이라고 할 건 없고, 자, 이걸로 대신하지.
구멍투성이가 되어
유혈적 폭력 사태의 진압 가능성이 50%를
Alright, I mistimed that staggered
승객 일부의
very,
문제를 감지했으나
very poorly.
워프 열차 연산 시스템은 해당 요소가 큰 문제가 아니라고 판단하고 있습니다. 노고에 감사드립니다.
Delicious cassette tape. True. I really like this announcer. This is a good one. We analyze streams. This stream is very streamed.
떠보시오. 이렇게 다시 함께
You know, I do my best.
썼나이다. 왕의 비호를 하사한다.
You know, that's a really good analogy. This stream has been very streamed, actually. Good variety of topics. You know, what is the scariest thing in Project Moon's universe that we've come across so far? Probably Cuckoo Spawn, right? Deserved. Deserved. The fraudsters just had to get one more hit in, eh?
행진을 멈추지 마라. 이 좁디 좁은 왕국을 넘어 멸망한 그 땅으로 돌아갈 때까지 보아라. 저들이 우리의 모습을 우러러
No
보는
way.
것을.
The prince did more damage than Dawn. That's crazy. I did have him in the first slot though. Scariest, never thought about it. You know, I think it says a lot about the person, how you answer this. Because there's such a wide range of horror that you could pick from. You know, like if you have a particular sensitivity to like body horror, for instance, then you'd probably lean more towards like, probably like Love Town, right? If you have a fear of birds, you would hate Apocalypse Bird. I actually don't think there is any scarier bird that I've ever seen in horror. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. You banner. We did it. Your dungeons are done. All 132. I should have prepared a confetti cannon. Oh my. What am I doing? What am I doing? Our Dark Knights. Wait, hold on. Hold on one gosh darn second. Is the completionist one you get the one without effects? It is. Wait. It is. What? Why would... Dude, why would they do that? That's actually crazy. This is the effect one. You get it for just doing these. Not the completionist. The actual difficult thing to do. Scammed. That's crazy. Boy, that's crazier than an apple in a cherry tree. Alright, how much cooler is the effect one, though? Dude's got light up lanterns. And petals. So if you don't know what the numbers mean, the numbers mean from left to right. So the highest floor you've cleared, the number of clears you've done, and then the adversity, the highest adversity you've gotten to. I can't believe that. I did not notice that the effect one is the one that you get from this. Just doing these. It's so dumb. Oh, I love Project Moon. That's funny. That's really funny. I'm glad I caught that. Wait, then is there another... Okay, so where do you get the border from? Is that not backwards too? You get the big effect border when you finish that. Is it also earlier in the list too? Okay, well that's in the right order. Huh, that's weird. Scammed, you didn't know that? I thought it was pretty cool. I do like that. Dude, this is a fancy ticket here. Hell yeah. Got a soul up here that thinks glory is worth the brass. I like that. Checking the wiki, it's they both change with and without effects to have a stamp. Like how the lights just go out. Dude, this is the hard one to get though. Sorry, I just find it really funny that it's backwards like that. Oh, shoot. I thought I was getting the effect one. Finished another floor 15, and you've done 149 Mirror Dungeon runs. What was mine? 67? That's not bad. Wait, what's your battle pass level up to? I'm at 1037. And you know, it's been a while since I've taken a look at the friends list to see if people have come up with some funny stuff. It'd be weird to take revenge on a chicken, right? Alright, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Rise from the long dark journey with the torturous nightmare to your sea. That's fitting. Maybe you should take a rest? Hell no. Battle pass level 1394. Damn. The existence of the skies is no different from that of mine. Please do your best, love. If I could find some funny ones. Shut your eyes now, accept the Ryoshu of the heavens. That's a good one. Oh, another. Shout your eyes now, accept the Otis of the heavens. Based magic bullet. That's you? You're the Ryoshu? No, you're not. You're higher than level 82. I know you usually have a Ryoshu. You're like 10, you're 100 something. It's me, you're right. Level 115? Wait, did I even see 115? Oh, the Honglu. I should be the sole absolute lord of chicken kebab. Everything's only got 140 runs. Oh no, yours is a liquor of the heavens. Oh. What in the hell? How do I have a level 142? That's actually insane. Oh, they have a crazy account, don't they? Look at this. 69 for line 3. Line 2, 1,337. They actually tortured themselves. Oh, there you are. Shut your eyes now, accept the liquor of the heavens. Probably an Eastern account. How many runs do you think you have to do for that? That's crazy. You found it. We don't mess with our ice cream and just walk away. You're on TV. He's here, he's here. Man, how many runs do you think you have to do to get to level 142? That's actually insane. Are you gawking me looking to get tranches? I don't even know if that's a word. I don't think so. Love Come On with Don Quixote. Nice. Okay. What? Need some head? Shoot. I want to be just like Ryoshu. Oh, what a mess love is with Wild Hunt Heathcliff. I always feel like the higher level people really like doing the funny stuff. Oh, it is time for the thumb. Alright, that has too many different meanings. But the pelting rain bury you. Permission to love with Kurikumo Ishmael. Dude, is this actually a Coomer game? Hang them, burn them, reduce their honk honk to cinders. Alright, that kind of caught me off guard. Oh, dude, look at this account, though. Their max floor is 13. They've done 320 runs and max adversity 27. I mean, it looks like they got good ideas. They just don't like the challenge? Question mark? However, not, for there's no betrayal waiting for you this time. That fits Radia. I shall make this oath to the Faust. Of course, her like wedding dress ego. So chop off your meat. Classic. Oh yeah, you did 356 Mirror Dungeon runs last season. Do you think you're gonna top that? Call me Dante if you please. Oh, that's not Dante at all. You can do permission to creamer. There's a lot of really funny ones for sure. I should be the sole absolute lord of violence. Fitting. We're too feeble to join the creamer. I want to eat enkephalin. Dude, me too. And they did 69 Mirror Dungeon runs last season. In the name of Creamer and Justice, here cometh Magical Maiden. You've been psyching these few days? You were too feeble to join the Fire Fist office. I like that. Ishmael, I need some Ishmael. Oh, I don't even remember a phrase having 2 lines you could fill in like that. That's cool. I'll worry not, for there's no apple waiting for you this time. Firefist Gregor. Time to rope. You've been grinding Arknights and Nikki. Wait, can you not do multiple games at the same time? Dude, you could really be a Gacha pro. Just get another phone. Whenever I'm feeling down, I indulge in a bit of chicken. And it's Heathcliff with a fox next to him. Computer can't handle? Well, like even Nikki? Humor nests inside me so that they may be reborn as something useful. Okay. So all 3 games would need a lot of attention, especially Ark. If I remember correctly, Nikki has like an auto function to it. I don't know if Arknights does. I don't think there's anything wrong with wishing Otis for everyone. You know what? True. Another damned whale. She loves killing whales. Nikki has some insane 3D models to render. Yeah, The characters in that game do have a lot of assets. That's true. Very true. Some would say too many assets, but not me. Foam's brushstroke becomes a Hong Yuan atop a dry inkstone. Creamer, I need some creamer. Okay. Standing around as you did is what cost you your head. That's a good one. Nikki is more because you were finishing the stories you needed to read. Oh. I gotcha. Was it sweet your hollow juvenile whale? Wahali. Where did you hide the Otis? Alright, I actually like that one. I kind of see if there's like a good ego or an ID to combine that with Ishmael. Like maybe that one sloth one, the Christmas Nightmare. That could be funny. You won't sway me with that look, Otis. Over the shoulder. One eye. I'd finish it before the anniversary that came out today. Even the 3D map in Nikki is really detailed. Also the assets, yeah. Yeah, those the jiggle physics are something else. I played Nikki for a little bit. I think I stopped playing after the ReZero collaboration. That was pretty cool. That Rodian seems quite attractive to me. Wait, what? I didn't even know that was a phrase. That blank seems quite attractive to me. What the hell? The lore's really good. Yeah, Nikki is pretty insane, actually. The weird thing about Nikki though is like you can never, like, okay, imagine you're trying to sell someone on the game, right? And you're like, look, it's got really great story, okay, I'm definitely not playing, you know, for the jiggly assets. Like, no one's gonna believe you. There's not a soul on earth. Yeah, you can never say that you play without looking like a gooner. I know. Oh, man. Creamer not tight. What? I don't even know what that means. Currently moving to Don Quixote department. I don't know what the hell Samsara is. You know your friend plays it for the lore because he can recite it back to you? Uh-huh. Are you sure it's not... Oh, this is really funny. Are you sure it's not like he needed to take a break, so he's like, oh, fuck it. I guess I'll just read what the game is actually about. Another damned cleanup. That's good. What in the hell? Feel what it's like to have someone all in you. Okay, that might be the craziest one I've read. That's insane. Holy shit. Man, I kind of wish there was like some kind of gift function. I would send this person some lunacy because that is so fucking funny. That's awesome. The freakiest quote yet? Yeah, I don't think anything comes close. I'm actually saving this. Hold on. I don't even... Where does that combination even come from? All in? Sounds like it comes from like Rose Banner Radia. Super alphabetical. Well, I want to. I'm trying to get an idea of when the all-in one came out. And I must have passed it. All in. All right, I have to copy this for a little bit because that is so fucking funny. Yo. Do you think there's Jesus, dude, do you think there's ever gonna be a phrase that's like too much and Project Moon is gonna have to nerf it? This might be an insane combination. I'm gonna be honest. This is nuts. So they had Meat Lantern Dawn. What's better than that? Oh my. Alright, Reindeer Ishmael would be kind of crazy. She's got her giant stick. I mean, the Kurikumo Ishmael feels a little too on the nose. I might have to do that though. Alright, Kirkham O'Gregor. This could look insane too. Yeah, I actually think this is the like you said, the freakiest quote that's possible in the game right now. What about egos? And this is just, oh, dude. Results. Alright, I think I found it. Just the biggest fist. Does anything else top that in the Crush Bound? You'll never look at it the same now. I mean, dude, you could do like any of the Gregor ones with his different arms, man. Oh, the centipede. Oh, God. I'm really showing my my fucking sense of humor today, huh? I think it's gotta be Crush Bound. Crush Bound is so funny. Anything with Ishmael? I mean, Ishmael's got tentacles. I don't... It's gotta be Crush Bound. It's actually Crush Bound. I think this might be like the perfect... the perfect ticket. Does it matter when we change the background and stuff too? Nah, it gets in the way. Oh, else regular checkup? Oh, we need the ego background for that. It's time for your Crush Bound checkup. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I don't like this with like the blood and stuff in the back. This looks like a crime scene. Oh no, it's so bad. This is actually the perfect... I mean, apparently Meursault killed someone too. And now we know what the murder weapon was. The blood is the aftermath after you get Crush Bounded. Oh, shoot. This is actually insane. You know, I knew this was going to be a stream at the very start. I love getting sick. But, like, actually sick. Yeah, that just sounds so wrong out of context. The Line 1 rerun will have a different banner. Yeah, probably. I think they're gonna do like a whole thing for it. I'm not looking forward to Chromer with unbreakable coins though, and more HP. If that's what they do. I do really like the idea. Sorry. I do really like the idea of them limiting the IDs and stuff to what was released back when Line 1 first came out. And just giving every, like, newer players the same experience that everybody else had. I think that could be cool, but they are probably just gonna do, like, a harder mode. I think they'll change the MFE minions. I don't know. I don't imagine so. I think they're probably gonna stay true to form, but who do you think they change it to? Like other minor bosses? One of them's Giakiyu. I don't think there's really a minor boss in the Unchanging. Hang, Earlcliff, and Ricardo. Evil Defining? Imagine it's just the Pequod trio. Oh, that would actually be hellish, dude. Especially if Ahab kept her defensive shenanigans. Her defense assist. Alright, someone get the director. I have an idea. Could you imagine? You can't even redirect my form empties. So you have to take free karma stacks while you're also getting hit by Ahab. Dude. Or no, Ahab only protects herself. But what if she ended up also protecting my form empties with the defensive assist? Crazy. Actually insane. So remember that in line 1 you could freely change IDs? Just your sanity would reset? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that. My memory of line 1 is literally just hours upon hours of trying to figure out how to solo it. Mind you, that was with the not before team, Lobotomy Faust, our beloved. Man, what a stream. I think we'll call it there. And on a high note. Let's see. So next stream, I don't think I'm doing any more horror games. Also, considering I think I'm getting sick. I feel my voice is getting a little jacked up. I don't know, I guess we'll find out what they're doing for Walpurgis. The last thing I remember is that they weren't planning on doing an event, but just releasing IDs. And I don't know if that was a for sure thing or if they're actually gonna do an event, which I hope they do. But I'll try to stream that. Know what else? I think I'm gonna try out that Chaos Zone Nightmare, and I probably won't stream that. I'll just like record some videos, and if I like the game, I'll upload them. Person will need you for Walp. I feel like even if I'm sick, I'm kind of committed to streaming the Limbus updates, so. Just said that with no event, we won't have missions and rewards. So has the director confirmed that they're not doing an event? I just remember it being like brought up as an idea. I don't know, I guess we'll find out within the coming days. They did say no story? Damn. Damn, dude, isn't that exactly what I said too? I was like, if they're gonna do no story, then yeah, we're probably gonna get Hanafuda and Alan as IDs. I don't know, maybe it should be like Oh, you don't know if that still applies. I mean, if anything, they're gonna have like Uptie stories and stuff, so what would even be the story for them? Well, funny you mentioned that. I think the Night Owls could actually have, so Alan could actually have kind of a cool story, because if you remember, their story is that they're a Thumb subsidiary, and one of their guys during a meeting with the Thumb mouthed off to the Thumb, and so they got ordered to be annihilated, and so they ran to the library. So there is a story there. For Hanafuda, they're like a J-Corp gambling office, right? So they oversee gambling events. I mean, they could come up with a quick story for that too. Before or after they enter the library? You say after because they need to be together. So maybe we'd see how Konkyu found them. But that's true. Well, then it wouldn't be like a Ruina themed event though. Because right, the whole idea of Walpurgis is that the extraction engine can like extend farther into the past. So unless GQ had them the moment they came out, I don't know. The moment they got unbooked. And he's just been holding on to them for years. You know, I guess there is a bit to learn. We'll have Uptie stories and stuff to look forward to. Elf as well for Hanafuda. Saw something about the elf and Hanafuda being connected. Their clothes are similar, for sure. They got that black and purple design to them. And then, yeah, like Hanafuda does oversee gambling events, from what I remember. Maybe we could fight them as we were the librarians. Yeah, I really don't know what they would do for an event. Like, it's kind of weird. But, you know, Project Moon, they're good at coming up with stuff, so... But yeah, I think that's it for me. Very funny stream, especially towards the end. Done with Mirror Dungeon. I'm happy about that. Besides not having wealth, I think this might actually drive me insane. I don't know if I'm gonna have to like just go on a spree of trying to fucking get those events. I haven't got one since Arc Knights, man. At 1%. Hope you had a good stream. You know, if my ticket or my profile banner says anything about this stream, then yeah, it was a good stream. Dear Lord. Yeah, we'll call it there. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and or night. Stay warm and then don't get sick. Don't be me. Yeah. All the stuff. There's an EX farming guide. Alright, I'm gonna look that up. I need that 10 lunacy. I need the new Ishmael. Yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day and or night time. See you in the next one. Peace.